Everything is good to go. I might need to lift this up just a little bit. How are you guys? I'm super excited to be here and to share our November kits with you guys. So much to share. And in fact, I think I'm gonna have to do this in 2 parts. So today we'll go through all of the kits, and then this week, throughout the week, I'll show you, hang on, I'm just setting this up so I can see. Make sure that everything's lined up right, as always. All right. I think should be good. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Believe it or not. How about that? Okay, move this down just a bit. If I don't have my mat in the right place, I end up going off screen, and that's annoying for everybody. So I have so many things to share. Our November kits are here, and they are amazing. And I mean, look at all of the stuff. It's crazy. And where did I put? I mean, we've got so much stuff to share with you, and I'm super excited. And we have so many cool dies and stencils, and that I am really looking forward to sharing with you. And there's so much to show you in regards to all of that stuff that I want to make sure that we do them justice. So I think that this week we'll go through and focus on each one of the dies, because there's so many different ways that they can be used. I'm going to set these aside for a minute so that we can focus on, dang it, on some other things. Lots of stuff on my desk and not enough room. And that's how that goes. All right. Okay. So I think we're good. Can everybody see and hear me okay? If you can hear me, go ahead and say hello and let me know where you're from. Just setting up my laptop, because I want to be able to see our chat. Okay. Is this not? Okay. Hang on, maybe Bob can do this for me, because, oh, here we are. Okay, I just want to be able to see our chat. Portugal. Teresa. Hi, Natalie. Oh, good. Glad. Glad you can see me. Glad you can hear me. Glad for all of the things. Okay, so I am going to, let's just go through all of the kits that we've got. So this is our color kit, and I'll show you how this can be used. But let me flip this stencil over. And this stencil can be used to create a variety of different plaids and stripes. And it shows you how to combine them to create this plaid, but you can do whatever you want and you can mix whatever colors you want. I have it shown using 3 different colors, and each one of the stencils has little notches in the corners, so you know where to line it up so that everything is straight. So we'll do this at the very end, but we've got the stencils. We've got a jar of Nuvo Snowstorm. I think it's called Snowstorm. Yeah, Snowstorm embellishment mousse, and this is pearlescent. And one thing that I will say initially with this, once you open this, take a piece of saran wrap or press and seal to seal it up so that it prevents it from drying out. But it's got this pretty pearlescent mica in it, so it's kind of shimmery and shiny. So you can use it like this, but we can also customize it with our Lindy's powders, and I will show you how to do that. And we can also use some of the colors that we had in our previous month's color kits to customize it, and many of those will coordinate with this kit as well. So I am going to set those aside, and then we also have a bottle of Nuvo Jewel Drops, and this is the Holly Berries. So this is a great thing too. You can add just little pops of color, and this is translucent, so it gives a different effect than an enamel dot does. So it looks more, the color is not as opaque, so it adds shine, and I'll show you what this looks like when you put it down on paper at the end. So we've also got our embellishment kit. We've got our, where did I put? Too many things. So we've got the Pocket Life kit, which comes with the 6x8 paper pack and cut apart cards and ephemera pieces. And it also comes with the Pocket Life stamp set. And you can buy them together for $24.95, or you can buy them individually. You can buy the paper pack and cut apart sheets. I believe that these are $14.95, and they're double-sided, and we'll open this up and go through them momentarily. And then you can buy the stamp set as well, and I believe our stamp set is $15.95. And if you're a subscriber to, if you subscribe to our kits, you receive 15% off on all of your add-on purchases. So that can really add up quite quickly. You know, if you've got a $30 kit that you're adding, you know, you're saving $5 or $6 on that add-on kit, and So that helps to offset your shipping charges. So, and our shipping is a flat $9.95 for US, and then depending on the country in which you live in, you can go through the checkout process before you actually place your order, and it will give you the price for your country. So, so we ship all over the world. So regardless of where you live, you can get our kits. The other thing that I should mention is if you want to quickly give my video a like, it does make a difference with YouTube. The more interaction we get on our videos, the better we show up when people do searches. And so if you like our content and you appreciate what we do, if you give our videos likes and subscribe and do all of the things. So like, subscribe, and you can share our channel with your scrappy friends who you think might enjoy what we do as well. And then hit that notification bell, and every time we have a live or a new video or a short, you'll get a little notification that we've added something new. And keep in mind, we add something new every single day. The other thing that I want to mention really quick is to keep an eye out, because we have some classes coming up, and our first class is going to be revealed this week, or this coming week, and you'll get all of the details for that. We are going to be offering our classes through the end of December for free. So you'll get when you register on our website for the class, you'll get a link to the video, you'll get a full PDF file with instructions, cutting dimensions for your paper, a supply list of all of the things that we're using, and yeah. So, and we've got a bunch of different things in the works, but this first class is going to be a Scrap With Me class, and it's sketch based, and we'll use this a specific sketch, and we will create 2 different layouts with 2 very different looks using that same sketch. So stay tuned for that. Lots of stuff in the works, and we're excited to be able to share some of these things with you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at our kits. So I'm so excited. I almost wanted to turn Christmas music on while I did this, but I thought it might be distracting. But who knows, maybe this week we'll add a little background music. Although YouTube might do something and think that I don't have that I've got a copyright issue. But anyway, okay, so let's start with, this is our embellishment kit, and we will open that one. But let's start with the paper and the cardstock. So our pattern paper comes with 12 sheets of heavy weight pattern paper. I need to find out what the weight is, but I think it's 110 pound cardstock. So it's nice, heavy weight, great for die cutting, great for fussy cutting, great for mixed media. It works really well on just about everything. And then we'll go through our cardstock as well. But let's start with the pattern paper. And we've got a few fun little things in here. So, and I've got all kinds of ideas. If you guys could go inside my head at the moment, they're flooding, and which is why I wanted to do our dies separately, because I think that if I start to unload all of my ideas, I'm gonna overwhelm everybody, and that's not gonna do anybody any good. But yeah, so let's take a look. So you get in our paper, in our main kit, you get a paper pack that includes one sheet of each of our 12 double-sided pattern papers. And we've started doing a cover sheet that shows all of the patterns that are included in the pack. But if you are somebody who likes to do double page layouts, or likes to fussy cut and likes to have a sheet for, you know, either a background or layering or whatever, or are a person who actually can't decide which side they want to use, you can do one of our pattern paper add-on kits, and then you'll receive 2 sheets of each pattern, and it'll really allow you to stretch your kits and really get a ton of projects out of a single kit. So keep that in mind. And so I am going to show you the front and the back of each. So this is, our collection is called Mistletoe Memories, and this is Better to Give. It's got these cute little houses, little evergreen trees with ornaments, some little twiggy winter trees with baubles on them, and little cars with Christmas trees on them. So great for fussy cutting. Love the colors. This year we have gone with a true red instead of an orangey red, which is something that we've kind of gotten some requests for. So we listened and we did it. So the reverse side of this is a green with a tiny little polka dot. It resembles snow flurries. At least that's what it resembles to me. So anyway, it's really pretty. Let me see if I can bring it up a little closer so you can see. The colors are always so hard in videos. I'm trying to get our lighting right. But okay, so this one is super fun. It's an Advent house, and you can take your craft knife and cut 3 sides and have a little window or a door that opens up, and you can hide something inside. Or you could do a layout, and you could have a photo or something from every single day inside each window. So super fun. And just for the sake of that, you'll want to have an extra pattern paper kit. This is a really great black and white plaid, and the white on the in the background here is a very soft white, so it's not so contrasty that it looks kind of like a winter white to me. So not warm at all, but just the perfect companion to all of the other colors in this kit. The next one is called Deck the Halls, and it has these beautiful Christmas baubles with poinsettias and like a floral pattern in them. So you can kind of see what that looks like. I always try to Oh, there the colors are a little better, but okay. So then on the reverse side of that one, it's a light blue background with a tiny white dotted stripe, and it's a little bit not distressed, but the dots are a little, or the stripes are a little irregular. So fun little pattern there, and it's got a really cute plaid branding strip on the edge. It's one of the things that people love about our kits are the branding strips. This one is called Floral Fantasy, and it has florals that are perfect for fussy cutting. They're a great size so that you're not having to fussy cut these tiny little flowers. And it's got lots of little pine boughs and mistletoe and holly. It's just a really beautiful, beautiful paper. And then on the reverse side of this one is an argyle, I guess, or diamond. And this one is really cool because it can be used easily as a background, but if you wanted to, and you wanted to either add some more color to it, or even if you wanted to add some shine to it, you could use a paper piercer and pierce some of these little dots and do some stitching. You could stitch with like gold embroidery floss, or you could add little bits of color that are in some of the embellishments that are in your, some of the colors that are in your embellishments and other pattern papers in the kit. So that's a really fun paper too. Then we have Hearth and Home, which is this pretty little almost like a wreath. So you can add it's almost like a mixed media background where it has just this pop of color in the background, and so you can build your own wreath on top of it by layering embellishments, ephemera. You can add a little bit more mixed media. You can add more splatters, all kinds of things. And if you fussy cut around the flowers here using a craft knife, you can tuck things underneath that so that the flowers stay on top of your design. And then the reverse side is this great festive red and white polka dot, and the dots look like they've been painted, so they're not super graphic. There's a bit of whimsy with them, so I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, yeah. So there's that. Then we've got another one, and this one is called Holiday Magic, and it's a polka dot that has different fill patterns inside each dot. And there's stripe and little dots, and then inside, bring this up kind of close, but let's see, okay, so just let me, one of these days I'm going to get this alignment right, but inside one of the dots is a subtle wood grain, which is really fun. So love the colors, love the mustard in this collection. I think it's really fun, and I think that this kind of it's a warm craft, I guess is what I would call it. I think it's kind of nice because it makes me think of like gingerbread houses and gingerbread men and that kind of thing. Baking, cooking. And then on the reverse side, we've got this geometric pattern, but it also looks like little labels. So you could fussy cut this and use it for labels if you do like a December daily project. You could use that along with the stamps in our Pocket Life kit and add little details and yeah, and just use them as layers. You can also cut them in strips and kind of offset them as a layer so that they're not completely lined up, so that each one of the rows is a little off kilter. So that would be fun. And then the next one is called Holiday Tunes, and it is a stripe, multicolored stripe. Again, can be used in a variety of different ways, can be cut so that you can pull out like all of the peachy tones or all of the golds or all of the blue and the green, and combine them together to make your own color palette, or your own like stripe color or color combination. Duh. See, I have too many ideas. I can't even speak. And this one is just this cute little winter berry pattern on a winter white background. Cute little leaves. This is dainty enough that you could use it as a background if you wanted, or layers, or frame your layout, having it this be the outer border. So that would be really fun. And then we've got a fun Merry and Bright. This is a peppermint, what do you call this? A swirl? Anyway, it's a peppermint pattern, swirly thing, and we decided to do it in a gold rather than a red, and I think that it will be easier to use because it's a softer color, but you can build your page out of the center here and then have the color kind of coming out. But if you for instance, let's just say you take a piece of cardstock and you put it in the center here, you've really taken the busiest part of this paper and made it a lot more usable. Because when you look at it, people oftentimes people will be like, oh, too much. But just if you layer something in the center and build your page out of the center, it's a very usable background. So yeah, so that one's really cool. And then there is a winter floral on the back with these dainty little red poinsettias and kind of a muted red leaf, and then a mustard pine branch or twig, bough, whatever you want to call it. Then we've got our tree, which is just this beautiful Christmas tree background, and I don't know if the video is actually doing justice to the color. Let's see if I can get it in a better light down here. I almost wanna, let's see what I did. Is that a little better? That might be a little better. So you can see kind of the colors and the details. All the trees have little floral and foliage and leaf patterns on them. So they're really pretty. And there's 3 different colors of the trees. And then there's also these little leafy trees as well. So really, really pretty. That's one of my favorites. And then on the reverse side, there's this beautiful Christmas plaid, and it's red with green and like a charcoal stripe, which is really nice because it doesn't have so much contrast that it makes it so bold that it becomes difficult to use because it's so busy and hard on the eye. This is a very, very usable paper. And then next we've got Santa's List. So great background. You can cut bits and pieces out of it. You can die cut with it. You can do all kinds of things. If you wanted to, you could use white gesso and you could cloud out the center and kind of create your layout from the center of the page, or cloud out whichever area you want to use and use your thumb so you just really blend it nicely, so that the edges of your gesso are soft and kind of cloudy. Then you've got all this color on the outside and you've lightened up the area where you're building your page. So that's a fun one. And then we've got this corally pink diagonal stripe on the background and a cute little branding strip with little holly berries. This is another one of my favorites. It's called So Festive. And again, this one's on the busier side. I would definitely use it as a layer. But I love that red and white. Again, it's a winter white, so it's not too bold. Now, this is a kind of a, what do you call it? Like a Farrell pattern, and the background is a kind of a warm craft, and there's a slight wood grain pattern as well. It's a super cool paper. And then you've got a strip of that holiday plaid that has been scaled down a bunch. And then finally, the last one, last but not least, is Winter Wonderland. And this one is kind of that winter landscape. It can be used the way that it is. You can fussy cut the trees out if you want to use them in a different way, or if you want to create more of a geometric page without having it look landscape necessarily. You can cut along the these are linear, and they're not, you know, there's no curve to them. So if you wanted to, you could cut along these diagonal lines and create a very geometric page that isn't landscape-ish. And then on the reverse side is this beautiful holly pattern, and it's got a tiny white or a tiny light blue dot. So let's take these. I'm gonna pull them apart here, stack them, and then we'll do a little flip through, and then we'll go through the embellishments. I'm terrible. My Vegas shuffling skills are not great, so I might miss some of them. I think I missed one or two or three. Okay, so there is the pattern paper. Let's take a look at, you know what, while we're doing this, I'm gonna do the cardstock real quick because it's here. And I've got some ideas with this as well. So our cardstock comes with 2 sheets of each color that are shown here. And the color is also reflected in this background pattern. So you get this little Swiss dot in the background on the back of each pattern paper in the corresponding color with the front. Again, this is 110-pound cardstock, so it's a nice heavy weight cardstock, great for mixed media, great for die cutting, you name it. So layering, cards, great for cards. That's my cat. He's got the babyest meow. Papa. Anyway, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love this one. Hey, Judy. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I'm showing you, pop them in the chat and I will be sure to answer them. Okay, so also too, you can use these little bits of color, or these little stripes of color on the front. You can die cut with them. You can do all kinds of things. So don't throw this away. It's a very usable piece of paper. And if you need a white cardstock background, you got one. So, because the cover on our cardstock is the same weight as our paper. Not the same isn't true with our pattern paper, but with the cardstock it is. So we've got blush, which is a light peachy pink, and it's got a little pink. I can show you. I seem to always get shadows when I get too close to my, I think it's because my lights are above my camera. If I had a ring light, maybe that would work better. If you guys have any suggestions or tips or tricks as far as that is concerned, let me know. This one is called Bright, and it is a kind of golden mustardy yellow. You've got a yellow on the background. We've got gingerbread, which is this beautiful craft, and it has like all of the details that you would see in a craft paper, but they're printed. And our cardstock, this one does not have like a canvas texture printed on the front. This is, you know, has the appearance of being flat, but our other cardstock, this has a craft dot on the back. Our other paper has like a like a canvas textured cardstock pattern on the front. It's printed, so it looks like it's textured, but it's completely flat, which works great for mixed media. For stamping, you'll get nice, crisp, clean images on this paper. So something nice to keep in mind. So you get all of the great look of a textured paper, but yet all the functionality of a smooth paper. So mistletoe, this has a green dot, poinsettia, and a red dot. This one is called Silver, and it is a very, very light gray, and a gray on white in the background, and then Spruce. And so you get 8 different colors, and you get 2 sheets of each. One of the things that I wanted to show you really quick before we move on, if you all do like December daily albums and you work in a 6x8 format, you can easily use these to create. I had something I wanted to show you. Let me find it really quick. This is one of the dies, but do I have a do? So one of the dies that we came out with in October were these binder attacher dies, and in essence what they do is they cut out little attachers that you can use for your albums. If you use, gosh, do I have a 6x8 album around here anywhere? Probably not, because I've moved all of my albums out of my room. But anyway, so these work for all of your 6x8 albums, and then also any other style album that you would be using as well. This particular one is formatted to fit your 6-ring albums, so you can put it, and it's scored for you, so all you have to do is fold it in half, and then you have reinforced holes which will hold up over time, and then you can add them. You can either glue it this way so that you've got a little bit showing on the outside. And if you used a pattern paper that coordinated with your background, it would be really pretty. Or you can use white. The other thing that you can do is you can use if you cut your cardstock down to 8x12 and you score it in the center and you fold it in half, you can hide the little binding in the center, and you could either stitch down the side here. The other thing that you could do is you could have the binding here and attach it to your album and then have a flip out. So that would be really fun. And if you have just the three ring binder, you just use these others that are, you just place them where the rings are in your album, and you're all set to go. So this, if you like having like interactive pages and you like having the touch or the feel of your paper and your pages, you can use these binder dies, and they will allow you to do that. Large photos, you know, just a great idea. And there's a lot of different ways that you could use these, in that you could cut it into a 6x12 and score it at 8 inches. And then you've got a pocket with the, if you score it and you fold it this way, you've got the pattern on the bottom and solid, or opposite. You've got the pattern on top, and then the solid part is your pocket. So these are great for storing memorabilia and extra photos, or you could even use it as a flip out if you wanted to. And if you, here's another idea where if you put your binder on the reverse side, you could do a gatefold where you've got the opening there. And if you like to have different sizes of pages in your album, if you cut your paper down to 6x12 and you score it down the center, and then you also score across at 3.5 inches and cut through the center just using a piece of or a pair of scissors, just cut to that score line, and then you can fold your pocket up and have a smaller sheet. So just some great ideas and usefulness to our cardstock kit. And it's great for those foundations for your albums, and then you can turn them into whatever you'd like. But I thought I would mention that as we're going through our cardstock. So there's that. Set these aside. those aside. Pull this over here. Now let's look at the embellishments that come in our main kit. This one happens to get, so we decided to do a 5-sheet sticker book in place of having 2 different sticker packs. And you get a lot more, stickers and different designs in our sticker pack than you would just on a 12 by, or 5 by 12 sheet of stickers. So we've got the sticker pack. These are pretty, they're like a matte gold foil, so they don't have a lot of shine to them, but they, or they're not like brassy shiny. They're the perfect amount of, they're almost pearlescent. So all kinds of little details on this. You've got some words: holly jolly, merry and bright, cozy, Christmas, festive, holidays, and then there's lots of little dots and stars and a few snowflakes. Great little layering pieces to add for those final touches in your albums, so, and on your layouts. Cards, perfect for cards. And like, for instance, if you were going to like layer a bunch of florals, you could add some of these little branches into your clusters. So those are really fun. We've also got a package of mini foam, and these have a glitter on them, and you get 2 different colors. So you get this green on the front, and then on the reverse side you've got this light blue, kind of a tealy blue. And let me take them out of, take these out of the package so you can actually see them. So I think that they're so pretty. I think I got a part of an exclamation point on me. All right. So you've got green on one side, and then you've got blue on the other. And the glitter does not come off, which is really nice. A lot of people don't like glitter because it gets everywhere. That is not the case with these, so I feel like I'm all thumbs when it comes to small bits and pieces. So just pulling these off. Okay. I need like tweezers. How many of you use tweezers? I can never seem to find the, I don't have the coordination. I need to maybe do some practicing with tweezers, because oftentimes with tiny little embellishments, I feel like I'm all thumbs, and it takes me forever to get the placement right. So maybe if I use tweezers, it would make things a little easier. I'm putting these back. So those are the alphas, nice and festive. And then again, here, let me take these out of the package so that we can avoid the glare and you can see them better, but they're really pretty. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and then the cardstock die cuts. You get 63 pieces in your kit, or in your package, and these are the pieces that come in each pack. And I will open this up and show you all the bits and pieces at the end of our video. So stay tuned for that. And then these are our sticker packs, and you get 5 different sheets. You get a sheet of florals, a sheet of little icons, a sheet of border stickers, another alpha, and some labels and tiny phrases. So let's open this. I'll show you. And it's nice, heavyweight cardstock stickers like you get when we do like any of our cardstock stickers. So it's heavyweight. It's not that flimsy sticker that you get. And oftentimes when you get like sticker books and things like that, the quality of the sticker isn't the same as what you might get in your regular sticker packs, and that's not the case with ours. So you get a sheet of florals, which are super pretty. You get little fronds and mistletoe and flowers. You can layer them. And if, like, for instance, you have a hard time with stickers like this, you can use a powder tool on the back sides of these, which turns them into a die cut. And then you can just either add foam behind them if you want them to have a little more dimension, or use liquid glue when you want to glue them down. And then that way you can kind of move them around your page until you find where you want them to go. So there's that one. Then there is a sheet of little icons. You've got a postage stamp. You've got a little bauble. You've got a Christmas tree. All of these have such pretty little details in them that you really, the camera just is, there's no way for it to do it justice. They're just so pretty. So a wreath, a little bird. I mean, I don't know if I bring these up really close, if you can see them. So really pretty. It's got kind of a Scandinavian vibe. And then these are the border stickers. And some of them are scalloped. They're different widths, different patterns. So they're great little bits to have peeking out behind your photos or your layers or what have you. So very, very pretty. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 borders on one sheet. And then we've got a alphabet, and this doesn't really do it justice. Here, let me take a couple of these off so you can actually see what they look like. So let's see, let's do an O. You have to pop the little pieces out so you can see how pretty they are, because they look kind of blobbish on the sheet. But here. See how cute they are? Trying to get the light. So anyway, they're very pretty, and they've got just that cute, pretty little inline pattern, and the pattern is kind of a peachy pink. So they're very, very pretty. And then you also get a sheet that has a bunch of labels, and our cardstock stickers are also a matte finish, so you can stamp on them without without your ink bleeding. So I suggest using a dye ink or like Versamark or something like that, so that it dries quickly. You can hear my cats. And then you've got a bunch of little word strips. Let's celebrate, all bundled up. Good with a tiny bit of naughty. Making the list, checking it twice, counting the days around the tree. And then this super cute little, to show you the, see, I get too close and it, there, that's better. You can see the little sled. So you get 173 stickers in this pack, which is amazing, right? Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. We will go through the die cuts at the end of my video. Next, let's take a peek at our, see, again, things are going awry. I was organized until like right before this started. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the packaging. First of all, I'm just going to take everything out as I show you because it seems kind of silly. So you get a little clear stamp set, and it's got lots of little tiny phrases and words. Special delivery, jingle all the way, Merry Christmas, happy, joyful wishes, holiday favorites, great memories, celebrate, to you and yours, sending love. Great for cards, right? Or your scrapbooking pages or your December daily album. Gosh, whatever type of project you are working on for the holidays. These will fit. Next, we've got a package of enamel stars, and these have a little bit of glitter in them. I don't know if you can see that, but they're very pretty. So you get kind of a cream, a gold, like a mustardy gold, a light blue, a peachy pink, red, and a green. And I love that. Then you get a sheet or a package of tags and journaling cards and labels and some cardstock frames also, because frames are always a good thing. And I will open this up at the end and we'll go through all of the details that are included inside. You get 36 die cuts in this package. And then you've got the cardstock, or I'm sorry, chipboard die cuts, 68 chipboard pieces in this pack. And these are the bits that come inside. And I will open these at the end. Sir? You've got frames and phrases and little houses and postage stamps, just a little bit of everything. And then you've got all the letters to spell out December, and they're plaid. They're so cute. Love this. So you've also got a package of chipboard flair. These are great for your embellishment clusters, You can use them as page tabs. If you do a December daily, you can kind of hang them off the edge of your page, and you can have one on one side and one on the other. So they work as page tabs as well. So there's just another idea. And you get 24 chipboard pieces. Let's take these out of the package so you can see them better. And these have gold accents on them. So it's hard, you probably won't pick that up on camera, but family is gold. This little snowflake, there's little gold dots. The snowman has gold buttons. There's gold little accents in the snow globe, and the ampersand is gold. So lots of little pretty little bits and pieces on this. Happy holidays. How cute is Santa? Look at his plaid little hat. He's so cute. Okay, and then we have a package of stickers, and these are vellum. And this always happens to me. Okay, they're vellum, so when you lay them down, they're translucent, so you won't have a white border. Same thing with the numbers, right? And the numbers, these have gold foiling throughout. So get all of your numbers. And then you also get a second set of little circles with the dates on them as well. So that's super cute. And then you get 2 sheets. So you also get a sheet of mini word strips as well. And some of these are foiled. And then here are the remaining of the little circles that you get as well. So lots of little phrases. Never forget this moment. Christmas Eve, Christmas morning. No peeking. Yay, spoiling. Santa with milk and cookies. Let's get cozy. I believe our traditions. So much to do, so little time. Big countdown. Love being with you. So much fun. Love. Hello, December, let the festivities begin, joy, love, cheer. So regardless of what your holiday is, you can easily find bits and pieces that will work with whichever holiday you celebrate, you know. Not all of them are Christmas icons, you know, there's a lot of gift giving and things like that. But, and then last but not least, the mini puffy stickers, and these are perfect for those final details for your projects. Look at the little reindeer. Can I bring him up so you can see it? Maybe he shows up. Anyway, he's super cute. He's got little fronds on him and some berries, and then holly on his antlers. So cute. There's a little dog, and stockings, gingerbread, mittens, some cute little bows, little houses, lots of presents. Happy holidays. So great for cards, great for project life, great for December daily, great for your traditional scrapbooking layouts, no matter what your project is. If you wanted to make like little tiny ornaments for, or embellished gift tags. You could use some of those on your gift tags as well. So very, very pretty. And so this is kind of, I'm going to lay it all out there. This out of the way. Here, there's the chipboard, the tags, the stars, and then the stamps. So that is the November embellishment kit. Next, we've got this aside over here. Next, we have our, where did I put it? There we go. Our stamp set. This is our Pocket Life stamp set that I showed you earlier. It's got lots of little words, favorites, happiest holidays, magical season, everything festive, fun, merry, making a list, ho, 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 this holiday season, holiday cheer, joyful moment, have yourself a merry little Christmas, December, and then you've got these tiny little numbers so you can change the date to whatever you need it to be. So very cute. And then we've got our 6x8 paper pack, and I can't remember, is it 21 or 24 sheets? I think I have to count. But this past year we started, or maybe it was last year, we started doing our cards double-sided. So with two different color palettes. So you can find something that will work for you. So I'm going to open up two of these and then I can show you the front and the back. So these are the same, and there are dies, metal dies that are plate dies that coordinate with these die cuts. And all you do is you lay the die over the sheet, line it up, and run it through your die cut machine, and then you have all of your little die cut pieces cut out for you. So it's easy peasy, and you know, you can do both sides, and you have lots of little die cuts. You've got different colors on each side, so green and gold, red, and kind of this tealy blue. So that's nice to have a bunch of different bits and pieces to layer onto your projects. And if you've got those dies on hand, it's quick and easy. Otherwise, the shapes often are pretty simple to cut out. And if you have circle punches or circle dies, you can cut the circular pieces out, or you can fussy cut them if you so desire. But the others, if you use your paper trimmer, you can generally cut a lot of your other shapes out if you don't happen to have the die. So there's that one. So you get, and the designs are the same. And then we've started putting a cut apart sheet in as well. And we change the shapes on these every now and again, and the design. So like this time we have a Santa and a floral and the little sled, but the flag banners and the tags and the inset frames and maybe the circles, these all stay the same. So we have had a couple of, or several emails asking us if we would create a die set that would coordinate with the cut apart, and we may do that. It probably won't be till after the first of the year, but it's definitely something that is on our radar. So just so you know. And the colors on this one, front and back, are the same. But the cool thing is that if you cut this side, it doesn't matter. It's your die cut's going to be double-sided, so that's kind of cool. And I'm pretty sure they line up. I don't promise that, but I think that they do. Okay, so then we've got our cut apart cards. Merry Christmas. 'Tis the holliest and jolliest time of the year. So you get red, and then you also get that same design in teal. So if red isn't your jam, you've got an option for teal. And then these are 3x4 cards. Ho, 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 and a red tag. And then on the reverse side, you've got the red peppermint and green and that peachy pink. These are Christmas baubles. I guess these aren't. Let's see. I wonder if I can. Might be too close. Let's see what happens. All right. At least I'm a little bit closer. Okay, so you've got the baubles and then a little floral with a label. So the stamps work really well. And if you look at our website with the stamps, there is an example of all of the different ways that all of the different bits and pieces in this stamp set can be combined in not only combinations of the stamps, but also color combinations, so that you can create just really unique stamping designs on your pages, labels, cards, you name it. So that's something to think about. So we've got baubles. See, I just start talking and talking, and then you've got blue baubles and a peach floral. So you get those two different color palettes. You've got a teal gingham here and a dark best holiday wishes. So you really get a lot of different options. These are 3x8 cards. And you know, this one, if you wanted to, you could cut this down and you could score it here and fold this up, and you'd have a little pocket, and you'd have these cute little flowers at the bottom of your pocket. So, and then here's the reverse. You get a green with a teal. And then good cheer. And then here's the reverse. So a lot of variety. Celebrate the season. Bring this down just a little bit. This one has little labels. You could stamp in each one of them, stamp little messages, or you could fussy cut those. And then this one has a dark charcoal. And then these are 3x6, and then you get a bunch of little word strips. And I don't know what it is. Every time I cut my word strips out, and if I leave them on my desk, my cat takes off with them and chews them up. So just a little FYI of what happens in my neck of the woods. And then here's the plaids are different colors, and you get the same words on each side, but you get them in a different color. And then this one says Merry Christmas, and it has these cute little gingerbreads. And on the reverse side, and then we have 6 by 8 pattern papers that come in different colors. This is that gold argyle pattern that is actually scaled down. So these are great for cards also, because the scale on these patterns are really a lot smaller. And then you get a stripe, and a stripe that has different colors. And then you've got a calendar, great for, again, December daily, December documented. And then you also have one that says November. So we didn't forget those of you that might need a November calendar. So as our November kits are always our holiday kit, and then our October kits are always fall themed. So you could grab this and combine it with our November kits, or I mean our October kits. And then there's another little plaid, and then we have a candy cane, and then there's another that is red. So you get a lot of different, so you only get one sheet of each of these in your paper pack. You can order additional ones, so you have both different or both options as far as color, and you like to use them all. So there are those. So we've done all of those. I'm going to quickly show you all of our dies, and then where did I put them all? There are a lot of dies and stamps and amazing things, and some of them land on the floor. Okay, so first of all, let's start with, in November, we came out with a set of die cut houses. And I think that the set is called Village Dies. So I got a new mat for my desk, and it's not sticky, but it's not slick, so things don't come off of it easily. So anyway, so here are the little houses. I cut them using white cardstock, because I usually do that every time I get our dies, just to, little guy, have all of his pieces cut. I love, one of the things I love about dies so much is that they give you kind of a beveled edge, and so they have such a nice finished edge. Let's see. So the reason that I'm pulling each one of these out, I guess I don't need that one because I have this one, and then I should have one more, and I think I used this during our unboxing, but anyway, so that'll show you. Okay, so these came out in October, and for November, we have come out with a set of stamps that coordinate with our die cuts, and they will decorate them and turn them into little gingerbread houses. So I'm just gonna take, actually, I guess I don't even need to do that, but I can put these underneath. other thing I will show you too before I move on. So like here's the little house. Am I still in frames? No, I'm not. Here. Let's set these aside, and I'm going to kind of slip the little die cuts underneath. So you can take your little stamp and stamp over the top of it. Bring this. Okay. It's hard to see this because maybe it's because I have two. Put a colored piece of cardstock under here, and then that way we don't have white on white. That might be helpful. So you've got your little die cut, and you take your little stamp and you stamp on top of it, and you have created a little gingerbread house. And so let's do it with do this so that we can get all of them on. That piece is narrow, so slip these underneath so I can put them in the right place. This little guy here, but this will show you how they can be. And if you have a stamp press like a Misty, it will make these really easy to use. Let's see, this little guy. And then this guy, even though he's got something going on in the windows, but anyway, so you can create little gingerbread houses with your house dies. If you use an embossing ink and embossing powder, it'll look like icing. You can also use, like, there are embossing powders that have glitter in them, and you could try that as well if it has a super, super fine glitter. And because these have so many tiny little details on them, I would suggest you use an extra fine embossing powder because it'll make all of the little details stand out. And the fine embossing powder just means that the grains are tiny. And so when they melt, they kind of stay in place a little bit better rather than kind of expanding a little bit. But for things that have, like these have tiny little dots around the windows. Anyway, super cute. And then you get a few little sentiments as well. So these are one of my favorite things. Now, where did I put my, okay, I will worry about that later, and we'll worry about these later. Let's move these aside. And so throughout the week, I'm going to go through each of these bits and pieces, and we'll go through them in more detail because there's a lot here to share. Okay, so then we've got a set of winter florals, and these can be layered together to create all different kinds of flowers. And this is what it looks like. If you go to our website, I'll put a link in the description below, but if you click on that and go to our website, you'll see all of the different types of florals that this set will make. And if you use it along with our cardstock, you'll have colors that work perfectly with our kits. So anyway, another great little piece. Then we also have, this is another one of my favorite things. And the funny thing is with all of our products that we did for November, I had all these ideas and I couldn't narrow it down, so I just did all of them. So, which is why I think that if we focus on a few things at a time, it will make things a lot easier. So we've got, each one of these borders is a separate stamp. So you can stamp them in different colors. You could also leave them on the backing sheet and pull, you could pull this off, leave them on the backing sheet, and you could ink each one of these up in a different color. And if you had the sheet stuck down to either a sticky mat or something like that, you could take your paper and lay it over the top. Everything would be perfectly lined up. And you could just use your hand to kind of put pressure to create your stamped pattern. And I'm not 100% sure that you'd get a perfect, pristine image by doing that, but alignment-wise, you could easily do that. And again, we will play with these in throughout this week. But these were created and will coordinate with these dies. So we've got a mitten die, so you can create a pattern on your mitten using the different, not all of them are going to be like the ideal scale for each one of the dies, but you can combine different ones to create like a stamp pattern on your mitten. You can create a stamped pattern on your stocking, and these are kind of what they look like when you stamp them or when you cut them out. So you've got this snowflake that is separate, so you'll layer that on top. And then here is the stocking. You've got the little toe piece and the heel piece and the holly and berries along with the topper. And then you've got a sweater that will coordinate with this. So all you have to do is stamp your stripes and you've got an adorable little sweater. And this sweater is super cute. And I'll show you later on this week when we actually cut these out. All the details on the wrist and the neckline and the bottom of the sweater, they're all debossed, so they'll have impressions in them. So yeah, so we've got those and they coordinate with this stamp set. Another one that coordinates with the stamp set. Where did I put it? I know I put it somewhere. Oh, here it is. This will also work along with the Fair Isle stamp. And this is a pocket, a window envelope. It can be used and cut out with the window or without. It's got a little Christmas tree confetti die. It's got 2 tags and a hole reinforcer. So you can fold this up and then you can use the dot or the stamps to decorate your die. And this is what it looks like when it's all folded and assembled. So you can have it cut the window, and then you can stitch along the edges to add stitching detail. Hello, can you jump down, please? Jump, jump, jump. Thank you. So you can, or it can be a solid envelope with no window. So the window is separate. So you have two different options in the way that this can be used. If you put like acetate here, so like for instance, if you kept some of your packaging, you could put that in front or behind the window, and you could create a shaker pocket and use some of your little trees as the shaker fill inside your shaker pocket. Okay, so then, let's see, we did those. Last but not least, and a lot of people have been waiting for us to reveal this, is our postage die set. Now these, do I have this cut out? I don't have this cut out. This is going to be a this week thing, so you'll want to make sure that you join me. But it comes with lots of little pieces. So these will cut little labels, and they have the stamped edge detail on them. And then this cuts a solid piece that has, let me see if I forgot one. I thought I did. Shoot. It appears that I didn't do that. Okay, so you'll want to join me next week, or this coming week, and I will show you exactly how this all works together. But in essence, what it does is it cuts out, there's not a backing on this. This will show you. It cuts out this piece here, and it's got little faux stitching around the edges of each one of the squares, and then it's got dots in the center, so you can actually cut these apart, and then you'll cut down the center of each one of the holes, and then you have your postage stamp edge on each one of the pieces, but you can also leave it as it is. So here is the die. We also came out with, and these are sold as a bundle because they're super cool. So on this, you've got a stencil, and on your stencil, you have these little marks where you will line it up with the edges of your die cut. And then you'll put this over the top. And if you have like a sticky mat, like this, and you put your die cut down, and then you layer this over the top of it, it'll hold it in place, and that way you can ink blend in each one of the shapes and color it, and it will leave a white border around the edge to color them. Same thing with your little die cut shapes. So this will allow you to color the inside edges of these, and it colors it right inside that faux stitching. So there's like a little teeny white border, and then the faux stitching. So it looks really pretty. And then coming up, we will have more stencils that will allow you to use this die in different ways. So like we'll have some patterns and some other things that can be added into it. And it's hard to say all of the without giving too many details, but like for instance, we're starting with this for November, and then in December we'll have little icons that you can ink blend into each one of the squares to kind of zhuzh them up a bit. So we'll have some words and some different things like that. But this being the way that it is, you can easily use the mini puffy stickers and kind of create little vignettes inside each one of the squares. The other thing too is if you were to have your die here and then you just took a piece of scrap paper, or like this is that 3M Post-it tape, and like I said, I love it for everything, but if you wanted to, you could cover up some of the holes, and then you could use the border stamp and stamp a pattern in each one of the holes, and you could have them be different. So that's just another little idea for you. And this is why I'm not going through all of these in their entirety, because there's so many different ways that these can be used. But that is the postage die and stencil kit. So you're gonna love that. And so you'll buy this to start with, and then once you have it, you can pick up our additional die sets that will coordinate with this. So like for instance, you know, next month we'll have like kind of a theme-ish set, and then like for Valentine's Day it could be hearts or what have you. So lots of fun things will be coming along with that. And then I will mention really quick about another couple of our October dies that would work really well with mini albums and December dailies. These are our window trio. These are stitchable, so you can add stitching around the edge, and they look like, this is what they look like on when they're cut out. So you can stitch around the edges, and these could be little pages for your December daily. You could use your little binder attacher and add these as pages. If you add acetate between each one, you can have see-through windows and shakers and things of that nature. So this is a great idea as well. As is, just to have a little I don't know where the die went. Oh, here it is. This one is also a great addition. This came out in either August or July, and it is our boho border lace die. And I haven't popped all the little doohickeys out on this one. Do I have one? It's all punched out. I do. This has ink on it, but you know, if you have like a little let's say you decided to do like a gatefold, for example, you could have one side where you've got a border and this opens this way, or you know, it folds in this way, and then you have it open and you've got this pretty little border. So this one I think is great for the holidays as well. So This one was July. I'll leave links to all of these in our description box below. Finally, let's take a peek at our color kit. I'm gonna do this really quick. We'll color swatch our stuff so that I can show you, and then we will do the die. I'll do the die details next week, and we'll actually do the plaid and all that kind of good stuff. So grab this and a little palette and me. All right, I kind of am deciding that I'm going to start keeping a swatch book because I have swatches everywhere. And this way I can just, it'll kind of be in chronological order. So when I'm looking for something, I can actually find it. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Is that not quite enough? All right. I'm gonna put it this direction. And where is my water bottle? All right. So I am going to add water. And this will, I'm gonna do a couple of different things. All right. So first of all, we have, this is Trust the Process Red, and this is a flat magical. So there's no shimmer in this one, but this one is very shimmery, and this one is called Golden Sleigh Bells. So what we're gonna do is we'll do this in two different ways. I used to have this little teeny scoop, and I don't know what happened to it. I think I might have let one of my daughters borrow it, and it never made its way home. Okay. Okay. So, and a little bit of this goes a very long way. In fact, I think, given the fact that I don't know how this white mat is, how easy it is to clean. So my goal was to be able to have, oh, no, cleans just fine. Perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the red, put it in, and then I'm also going to take a little bit, actually that's probably a lot more than I wanted, because a little bit of this stuff goes a very long way. So when we actually spray this, you'll see. I don't know if, but okay. So there's that one. And then clean this off. We'll open the gold. This one, like I said before, is very shimmery. And then that's what I meant to do. Of course. All right. So it looks very, very different depending on how you use it. So if you just take and spray, obviously we've got some clumps, so I want to kind of break those down, but this is a beautiful, beautiful red, and it's perfect to go with our kits. Grab a different brush to break down the and then this is the gold. And there's all different colors inside of this. And so if you sprinkle it, you'll see all of those different colors. Now, if you paint with it, you're gonna mix it up. And I don't know if I can bring this up, if you can see all the mica that's in there. Maybe. So this is what it looks like if you paint it. And once it dries, you'll be able to see all the shimmer. You can see it when I'm looking at it here, but you likely probably can't see it on camera. Okay, so then let's use another brush for the red. This one. It's gonna go everywhere. All right, so this is the red. Now, granted, it's quite bold, but if you water it down, it becomes softer. And if you water it down even more, it becomes softer even more, or even more soft. And if you decide to mix them together, let's see. Hello. So for instance, if we wanted to take a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the red, you know, you can get a little bit of the shimmer. It's going to create more of an orangey red. But the other thing too is that the colors that we use, this is, okay, we're going to use this. So I'm going to turn this. Do that. And did I? Okay. So here, you can easily use this, and it coordinates really well with the blues in the kit. And then if you wanted to mix them, you could take a little bit of the gold and you could get your green. And of course, now I have completely contaminated my yellow. I should have done it the other way around. The other thing too is the This is the yellow from last time, and need a different paintbrush. So this was the, and then this is a little more orangey, but you could easily use this as well. And if you wanted to mix these two together, you've got a little more of an olive green. So all of these colors will work with your with our kits just the way that they are. Now, the thing that I wanted to show you, oh, love this. Okay, I'm gonna pull this aside because that. What I do need is a sheet of cardstock. So what we're going to do is, first of all, let's take a peek at our Nuvo drops. And these are self-leveling. So you put them down so that your nozzle is perpendicular to your paper. The key with these is you want to do it, this needs to be the very, very last thing that you do, because these do take some time to dry, and if you touch them, you're gonna mess them up. So have this be the very last thing that you do, and then set your page aside or your project aside and allow these to dry. But look how pretty they are. And they totally, they're totally round. And they hold their shape. So you get a really nice domed shape embellishment or detail on your project with the Nuvo drops. So there's the Nuvo drops. Then you can also use the, let's see, I'm looking for, I don't want that one. Where are my, okay, so these are a little bit wet. So this one, let's do that. So your embellishment mousse can be used in a couple of different ways. You can use it just the way that it is. Sorry for the cat hair, there was cat hair on my brush. But you can just add it to your paper over the top, and it's gonna give it this shimmery finish. If you use it on like a colored cardstock, for instance, let's see if we can find one that has, looking for one of the darker ones. Where did I put my, okay, I'll do it on this. This is perfect. So add some, you can add it over colored cardstock, and when it dries, you'll have a shimmery finish. But this is one of those things that you could use on one of the bolder papers to kind of create an area, and then use your fingers to kind of soften the edges, so that you want to be very gentle, but you can soften the edges and have kind of a cloudy area where you want to build your page. Might be easier, honestly, to just use your finger to do this, and then that way you have more control with how much you're adding. And I think if you do it with your finger, you're not going to get those super harsh edges like we did. But anyway, so there's that. You can use it just the way that it is. And if you, I think maybe you can see the shimmer. Oh, there you go. See, it's got this pretty shimmer, and this is what it looks like on white. So it's got that mica in it that allows for the shine and the shimmer. I think that you can see it there. There you go. So, and this is dry. It dries, this stuff dries really fast. So the other thing that you can do is, if you have stuff that you want to use as a, if you want to use this along with a stencil, just grab a little of your texture paste, and I'm going to, it'd be nice if I just, have a little teeny tiny spoon. I'll use my craft knife here. But this red has a lot of color in it, so I think less is more. But look, you can change the color. Now you have a red or a pink shimmery paste. And you can use this for ink blending. So like with some of the stencils that we have, particularly like the plaid stencil, we can use this with that. Look how pretty that is. And if you add more color, it gets darker. You just so not only do you get color, you also get shine. So there it is. And you can see the cat hair, I'm sorry. It's just unavoidable when I pull stuff out of my stash that there is a cat hair on it. Okay, so we'll hold that there for a second, and then let's do it with the gold as well. Take a little bit, kind of, and add some gold to that. So there you've got because this is a little lighter, I think having a little more color to this one. Yeah, there we go. And if you feel like it's getting a little dry, you can take a tiny bit of water and spritz it. And I think when you spritz it, actually, I think it dissolves some of that pigment, because one of the things with Lindy's is that you have to let it dry, or let it, once you mix like the mist together, you let it sit for like 15 minutes and let all that pigment powder dissolve. So maybe when you add the water to this, I think maybe, okay, so we added the powder directly to this one, and I'm seeing the grains of the powder kind of pop out. Let's try this a little differently. And I am going to grab a clean paintbrush and I'll grab, well, this had some green in it, but it's okay. So I'm going to take this and I'll mix it. Okay, pipettes are the craziest thing. Okay, so let's see. But with this, it's creamy, and I don't think it's super liquidy. So I think if you use it with a blending brush, and then add it. Look how pretty that is. It just adds that gold shimmer. And there again, if you add more water, you're going to get more color. Let's do the same here and see what happens, because it appears to me that once you add liquid to this, which is the case, you know, obviously when you mix it with water just to create like a watercolor, but it looks like you get a whole, the color becomes more intense when you mix it with water and the Nuvo paste. But the great thing about this is that you can take any flat color and mix it with this Nuvo paste, and then you get a beautiful shimmery color. So let's take this and look how pretty that is. And so you can combine any of these colors and you'll get, you can customize them, and you can customize your mousse to be whatever color you want. If you've got our previous color kits from previous years, you can use the bits and pieces in those, because we've had like glitter paste before. Pull those out and mess with those along with your Lindy's powders. I'm trying to see if you wet this, if it would. mix, but I'm not liking that. So I'm thinking that the way to go about this is with mix your Lindy's powders with a little bit of water first and dissolve the pigment, then add them to the mousse, and you'll get a better result. So anyway, I think that I have created a huge mess, and hopefully I haven't overwhelmed you guys. I've just kind of given you a little bit of an overview of all of the things that we have in our kits this month. And we've got tons of inspiration. We'll have classes that will be using our kits throughout the month of December. Once you register for the class, you'll be able to view it, the video over and over and over again. So once you register, it's yours to have. The other thing, we've got people that on our design team that will be creating all different kinds of projects. And if you guys have ideas and things that you'd like to see, leave them in the comments below and let me know, and I'll see if we can create some of those things for you in the coming weeks. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen. And yeah, so another thing, I am going to be sharing a an image with photo with all of our November kits on it, and we're going to be doing a giveaway of our entire collection of November kits to one of our winners, or to a winner. What we're asking that you do is that you take this image and you share it on Instagram, in both your story and also on your feed, and be sure to hashtag Hip Kit Club November 2024, or I'm sorry, November 2024 Hip Kits, and also tag us at Hip Kit Club, and we will take one of the people who have shared our kits, and we'll be sending them a whole package full of all of these beautiful goodies. And then also in your post, tell people about our giveaway and ask them to also share our kits. So stay tuned for that. That's going to happen within the next couple of days, because we're beginning to ship our kits as well. So I've got to fit all these bits and pieces in. So for those of you that have stuck with me till the very, very end, I appreciate it. And I will do a little short reel opening up each one of the die cuts, and you can check that out separately. So that way, this has already been long enough, I think. So you guys, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm not sure on the day. I think we're going to change our arrangement with our Sunday lives, and it's going to happen on a different day at a different time. So if you want to, also leave a comment below in what time and what day of the week might work better for you. So I will look forward to seeing you guys again. Head over to our website and get your orders in so that you have all of these kits for your holiday crafting, and also so you can follow along with our design team as they create their projects, because we've got tons and tons of ideas to share with you. All right, you guys, have a great week and find some time to make something pretty. Talk to you later. Bye.